Have you ever started your morning with a glass of water thinking, I'm doing something good for my body? You're not wrong. Drinking water in the morning is a good habit. It helps wake up your organs, boosts metabolism, and gently rehydrates your body after hours of sleep. But here's something we often overlook. As we age, our bodies change in ways that make even the simplest routines like drinking water more complex than they seem. Let me share something personal. My father, now in his 70s, always believed he was doing the right thing by chugging a big glass of cold water first thing in the morning. It was part of his routine for decades. But lately, he started feeling lightheaded right after, sometimes even a bit nauseous. At first, we thought it was just getting old. But the truth was, he was unknowingly making a few small mistakes that had big consequences for his aging body. You see, when we grow older, everything from our digestive system to our heart and hormones becomes more sensitive. The same amount of water that felt fine at 30 might feel overwhelming at 70. Our blood pressure can fluctuate more easily. Our kidneys don't regulate fluids as efficiently. Even the temperature of the water can make a surprising difference. And that's why I made this video, for you or someone you love, because staying healthy isn't always about adding more. Sometimes it's about doing things the right way. So today, we're going to gently walk through 5 common mistakes people make when drinking water in the morning, especially as they get older. You might be surprised by how many of these apply to you, or how small adjustments can lead to big improvements in how you feel. Before we dive in, take a moment to ask yourself, do you drink water immediately after waking up? Do you drink it cold or even straight from the fridge? How much do you drink? Just a few sips or a full glass? Do you sometimes feel dizzy or bloated after? If any of these sound familiar, don't worry. You're not alone, and it's never too late to adjust. Understanding your body is the first step toward taking better care of it. Let's explore these 5 mistakes together, gently, clearly, and with care, so you can start your mornings feeling energized and well, not uncomfortable or lightheaded, because you deserve to begin each day in a way that supports your health, not silently harms it. Stay with me. This might be one of the most important health routines you'll fine-tune this year. Let's talk about something a lot of us do without thinking. Drinking cold water first thing in the morning. Now, I get it. You wake up, you reach for a glass of water straight from the fridge. It feels refreshing, especially in warmer months. You might even think it's helping wake you up. But for many people, especially as we age, that habit might actually be doing more harm than good. Here's why. When we sleep, our body slows down. Our digestion, our circulation, even our temperature regulation all move into a sort of rest mode. You could think of it as your body being in a gentle hibernation. So when we suddenly shock it with ice-cold water, we're not gently waking it up, we're startling it. Cold water can cause your stomach to contract sharply, and it can lead to temporary narrowing of your blood vessels. That might not seem like a big deal, but for older adults or anyone with sensitivities, this can trigger all kinds of uncomfortable symptoms. Headaches, dizziness, a cold belly, or even digestive troubles like bloating or cramping. Let me share a story that might sound familiar. Eleanor, a lovely woman in her mid-70s, used to wake up with cold hands and a sharp pain in her lower stomach. She also felt lightheaded for the first hour of her day. For years, she thought this was just part of getting older. But when we looked closer at her routine, we found something interesting. She always started her day with a big glass of cold water. We made one small change. She switched to warm water, or sometimes just water she left out overnight in a covered glass. Within a week, her symptoms began to ease. The cold hands? Gone. The belly discomfort? Much better. That morning fog? It started lifting. This isn't just about comfort. It's about respecting what your body needs now, not what worked when you were younger. So, if you've been reaching for that icy water every morning, I invite you to try something different tomorrow. Warm water or even just room temperature. It's easier on your stomach, kinder to your circulation, and a gentle way to start your system for the day ahead. Ask yourself, do you ever feel a strange chill or tightness in your belly after drinking water in the morning? Do you get dizzy or feel off for the first hour of your day? If yes, you might not need to add anything new. You might just need to change the temperature of what you're already doing. Sometimes it's the smallest adjustments that lead to the biggest relief. Now let's say you've switched from cold water to warm water in the morning. Great first step. But here's something just as important that many people overlook: how fast you drink it. It sounds harmless, right? You're thirsty after waking up, so you grab that glass and finish it in one big gulp. But drinking too quickly, especially first thing in the morning, can actually overwhelm your body. Let me explain why. When we wake up, our body is still adjusting. Your blood pressure is slowly rising, your heart rate is finding its rhythm again, and your digestive system is warming up for the day. It's like a car engine on a cold morning. It needs a few minutes to get going smoothly. Now, imagine throwing a full bottle of water into that system all at once. What happens? Your stomach stretches too quickly, your system is suddenly flooded, and your delicate electrolyte balance can shift before it's ready. The result? Dizziness, nausea, even a strange, unexplainable sense of fatigue right at the start of your day. I want to tell you about Walter, a kind-hearted man I spoke with not long ago. He's 72, and for years he believed in starting his day strong by drinking a full bottle of water within the first minute of waking up. But he started noticing something odd. Every morning, like clockwork, he felt dizzy and slightly sick for the first half hour. He thought it was just part of aging, until he tried something different. He slowed down. He sat up in bed, took a few deep breaths, and started sipping his water slowly over the course of 15 to 20 minutes. Just like that, the symptoms disappeared. He told me, "It's like my body finally had a chance to catch up with me." And that's exactly what this is about, letting your body catch up. Taking care of yourself gently, without the rush. Drinking water in the morning doesn't have to be a race. In fact, it should be a ritual, a small act of kindness toward yourself. So tomorrow morning, try this. Sit up slowly. Take a few calming breaths. Sip your water like you're savoring a moment, not just checking a box. It's not just about hydration. It's about how we treat ourselves at the start of the day. And I believe that if we begin with calm, with care, with intention, it sets the tone for everything that follows. We'll continue this journey in the next part, where we talk about another silent mistake people make, even when drinking the right water the right way. So stay with me. This small change might become your favorite morning habit. So we've talked about the temperature of the water, we've talked about the pace at which we drink it. Now here's another silent habit that many of us don't even think twice about. Keeping water in a plastic bottle overnight. It sounds harmless, right? Maybe you fill a bottle before bed and leave it on your nightstand, ready for the morning. It's convenient. But here's the thing. The type of bottle you use matters more than you might think. Even if it's labeled BPA-free, many plastic bottles, especially after sitting for hours in a warm room, can begin to leach chemicals into the water. Chemicals that your body wasn't designed to process. Over time, those tiny exposures can add up. And for older adults, whose hormone balance is already more delicate, this can quietly affect how you feel day to day. That unexplained fatigue in the morning, a dull headache that seems to come out of nowhere, digestive bloating, or even brain fog. These symptoms can sometimes be linked, not to what you're eating or doing, but to how you're storing your water. Let me share the story of Stanley. He's 78, sharp as a tack, and has always been health conscious. But for years, he kept a plastic water bottle by his bed. Every night, same routine. He didn't think much of it until he started feeling off. His energy dipped, his sleep felt less restful, and he woke up bloated more days than not. One day, his granddaughter, who studies environmental health, suggested a simple switch: use a glass bottle instead. Nothing fancy, just clean, durable, and chemical-free. Within a week, Stanley told me he felt a difference. Less heaviness in the mornings, his energy was back. It was like his body finally got a break from the silent stress. So here's something to think about. What kind of bottle is holding the water you drink every day? Is it plastic? How old is it? Has it been sitting in the sun, in your car, or next to a heater? If you can, consider switching to a glass or stainless steel bottle. And if possible, pour fresh water each morning. Your body deserves the cleanest start to the day, not something that's been quietly absorbing chemicals all night long. It's a small shift, I know, but sometimes that's all it takes to feel a little more clear, a little more balanced, a little more you. In the next part, we'll talk about something that surprises a lot of people, even those who already drink the right water, the right way, from the right bottle. Stay with me. We're just getting to the heart of what your body really needs each morning. By now, you've seen just how something as simple as drinking water, something we do every single day, can be quietly affecting our health for better or worse. So here's another one that often slips under the radar. Drinking too much water on an empty stomach or right after eating, especially when taking medication. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Isn't more water better? Well, not always, especially not at certain moments. Let me explain. When your stomach is completely empty or completely full, flooding it with water can create problems. For some people, drinking a large glass of water right after waking up or immediately after eating can lead to nausea, bloating, or even discomfort that lingers for hours. And for those of us taking daily medications, this gets even more important. You see, some medications, like thyroid medicine, are designed to be absorbed best on an empty stomach, but only with a small amount of water. Too much water can actually dilute the effectiveness of the medication or push it through your system too quickly. I want to tell you about Margaret. She's 80, bright and full of life, and has been managing thyroid issues for over a decade. For years, every morning she'd take her pill with a full glass of water, because she believed it helped the pill go down better. But what followed was a pattern she couldn't explain: queasiness, a heavy stomach, and sometimes even lightheadedness. It wasn't until her doctor suggested taking the pill with just a few sips, enough to swallow, nothing more, and then waiting at least 45 minutes before eating, that things began to shift. And sure enough, the queasiness disappeared. She felt lighter, clearer, and more in tune with her body's rhythm. So here's what I gently suggest. If you're taking medication first thing in the morning, find out whether it should be taken with food or on an empty stomach. When you do take it, use only enough water to comfortably swallow it, not an entire bottle. And then, wait a little while, maybe 30 to 60 minutes, before eating. Let your body absorb what it needs without rushing. Water is powerful, but timing, quantity, and your body's state all matter. Especially as we age, these small adjustments can make a world of difference in how we feel each day. In the next part, we'll look at one more habit, perhaps the most overlooked of them all, that could be quietly affecting your energy, your digestion, and even your sleep. Stick around. You've come this far, and your body is already thanking you. We've talked a lot about how and when to drink water, but here's something equally important that many people overlook, especially as we get older. That is, skipping breakfast and drinking only water in the morning. Now, maybe you've heard about intermittent fasting or other diets where people fast for several hours and only drink water in the morning. It sounds healthy, right? But for many, especially those of us past a certain age, this can actually do more harm than good. Why? After 8 to 10 hours of sleep, our body is like a car waiting to start its engine. It needs fuel, a gentle, balanced mix of nutrients to kickstart the day. When we drink water but don't eat anything, our blood sugar drops. And what happens then? Fatigue sets in. You feel irritable, maybe even a little foggy or unfocused. Your energy tanks before the day has really begun. Take Alice, for example. She's 69 and decided to try intermittent fasting with just water until noon. At first, she felt fine, but after a few weeks, she noticed her memory slipping, her energy low, and her mood souring. It was like her brain was running on empty. Then, she started adding back a light breakfast, things like eggs, whole grain toast, and fresh fruit. Suddenly, she felt sharper, more energized, and just generally healthier. This is such a common story. Eating a balanced breakfast, especially one with protein and fiber, helps stabilize blood sugar and gives the body what it needs after hours of fasting. Think oatmeal with nuts, a smoothie packed with fruit and greens, or even a simple boiled egg and a slice of whole grain bread. It's not about eating a huge meal, but about nourishing yourself gently and mindfully. So, if you're someone who skips breakfast and just drinks water, ask yourself, how do you feel by mid-morning? Are you foggy or tired? Could a little healthy food in the morning help you feel more like yourself? Remember, hydration is vital, but so is fueling your body with the right nutrients. Especially as we age, these little adjustments make a big difference in our overall health and happiness. In the next segment, we'll wrap up with some final tips to make your morning water routine truly supportive for your whole body. Thanks for staying with me. Your health journey is worth every step. We've walked through many simple yet powerful ways to care for ourselves, starting with something as basic as how we drink water in the morning. It may seem like a small habit, but it holds the key to significant changes in our health. What I want to highlight is this: water hasn't changed, but our bodies have. Over time, our bodies mature and evolve, requiring different, gentler, and more mindful ways to care for them at each stage of life. Have you ever wondered why such a small habit like drinking water can have very different effects as we age? It's because as we grow older, our digestive system, circulation, and organs become more sensitive. Our bodies need respect and care in new ways, not the same as when we were young. Here's the key: you don't always need drastic, complicated changes. Sometimes just a few gentle adjustments, like choosing warm water instead of cold, sipping slowly, avoiding old plastic bottles that might leak chemicals, and pairing water with a light, nutritious breakfast can make a remarkable difference in your health every day. I want to share a story about my friend Eleanor, who is 76 years old. She used to drink cold water first thing in the morning and often felt stomach discomfort and headaches. When she switched to warm water, sipped it slowly, and started having a light breakfast like eggs and fruit, she noticed a clear improvement: less dizziness, more energy, and a brighter mood. It wasn't a huge change, but it was deeply meaningful. Ask yourself this question: am I really listening to my body? Which habits might be holding me back from feeling my best? Sometimes true maturity is about pausing, observing, and gently honoring our aging bodies. And when you start caring for yourself little by little like this, it's an act of love, respect, and deep understanding of your own body. If you found this video helpful, please hit subscribe to Elderly Joy Life. Here we share practical tips and heartfelt experiences to help you live happily and healthily every day. Thank you for spending time with me today. Let's care for ourselves together, making every day a day worth living. You don't have to overhaul your whole life to feel better. Start with small steps that suit your body right now. I truly believe that true maturity is about learning to listen to your body, understanding what it needs, and caring for yourself with love and patience. Every time you pay attention to your body, every time you choose to care for yourself, that's an act of kindness and respect toward yourself. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Elderly Joy Life so you won't miss more warm, practical tips to nurture your health and happiness every day. Thank you for spending this time with me. Let's care for ourselves and live joyfully and healthily every day.